28 minutes past 7, 7:28, and time for another edition of the Pirate Spotlight. Missed last week due to Thanksgiving, but we're back today with more folks from the Winfield City Schools. And today we've got Miss Tina Atkinson here. And Miss Atkinson, I know you've got some of your students, too, you might want to introduce.
I have with me Matt Randall and Abby Webster. They're in my 9th grade world history class.
All right, and we are here today to talk about an event that took place a few weeks back, the Renaissance Fair. And I guess first thing, what is a Renaissance Fair?
Well, the Renaissance Fair is a project that we started about 3 years ago. Dr. Davis wanted us to come up with a big project that included all the 9th grade. That was the year that we went one-to-one with the laptop computers with our 9th grade students. And in world history, we start out studying the Renaissance period. So we just thought that that would be a good project, and it would include all of the disciplines that we study in 9th grade. So I just said, since we're starting with the Renaissance in history, I'll take the first project. So we started with a Renaissance Fair, and it's been going for 3 years now, and it just gets bigger and better every year. So we try to put into action the things that we study about in class.
All right, you said it's, I guess, the history class, ninth grade history class. Is it only the 9th grade that's involved in this, or is any of the other students involved?
The 9th grade hosts it, but everyone in the high school attends.
All right, so there's a lot of students in the 9th grade, I bet. About how many were involved this time?
Well, there was right at 100 students in the 9th grade,
Wow.
And they are responsible, the 9th grade are responsible for putting on the fair. They do all of the planning. They do all of the work and do all of the cleanup when it's over with. So the 9th grade, they actually get a grade for what they do at the fair. So they do, like I said, all of the work. We give them suggestions and ideas of things that they might want to include, and we try to make it as period appropriate for the Renaissance time period as we can. We try to include things that would have taken place during that Renaissance time period at the fair.
So not only preparing, planning, and putting it on, they have to clean up too?
Yeah, they have to clean up.
Man, that was the fun part, wasn't it? Cleaning up. Yeah. All right, let's talk about the guys, Matt and Abby. What was your favorite parts of the Renaissance Fair?
My favorite part was probably the food.
The food? Oh.
I enjoyed dressing up in costume. That was fun.
In costume. Let's talk about costumes.
Okay.
What were you?
I was a Knight Templar. It's a knight.
Well, come on. Tell me about it.
It was a really cool costume. We ordered offline. It had like chainmail built into it and a sword. It was pretty cool.
You would like that.
It was hot though.
Yeah.
We really encourage the students to dress in period costume.
Right.
They get extra points on their grade if they dress in period costume. Not everyone does, but it makes it a lot more fun the more people that get involved. And the first year that we did it, I was really afraid that it wouldn't go over that well, but I was truly overwhelmed with the participation we had from the entire high school student body.
All right, now Abby, for somebody who their favorite part was the food, what type of food did you have?
They would have chicken on a stick, corn.
Was this
candy
food from that
apples.
period too?
Yes.
You were trying to go back to the same period.
Yes,
for
we
previous-
try not to have cotton candy and things like that. We try to have things that we know we're not going to walk around with a big turkey leg, but we try to do it as close to things that would be available in that time period as possible.
Yeah. So, and your costume was what?
It was gray, and it had like little fabric hanging off of it. I got it from Target. It wasn't really from the Renaissance period, but it looked like it.
Well, it's amazing now with, I guess, Facebook and online and internet and so on. Everybody probably, and I know I did, saw a lot of pictures from some of you guys. Somebody posted anyway.
Yes.
And it had to be, even just seeing the costumes had to be amazing, because I think I remember every type of costume, every bright color you can think of, and it was just, the pictures were amazing.
Yes, it was, like I said, we have a lot of participation, and we have some amazing costumes. I was really impressed with some of the things people came up with.
All right, we're talking about the Renaissance Fair at Winfield High School, and this was basically an all-day event. Is that right?
Well, we start in the morning. As soon as we get there, the ninth graders, we don't decorate or do anything before that day.
Oh, okay.
So that morning, as soon as we get to school, they are as busy as they can be getting everything prepared. And then second period, everyone comes outside and participates. We have booths and competitions, and our drama department puts on plays all throughout the morning. So we're very busy that day, but we usually go through lunch, and then we come back inside, and then our ninth graders have to come back and clean up in the afternoon.
Ooh, the fun part. All right, all right, guys, is the event open to the public? Does it cost you anything to get in?
It's not open to the public. It's just for the high school.
I'm going to complain about that. I want to go see it.
It doesn't cost anything. There's just other things that cost money, like the food and the flower wreaths and stuff like that.
Sounds like a fun way to learn to me. I'm sure you guys learned a lot about the Renaissance period, not only in class but also from the fair. Let's talk about some of the things you learned, some of the things you know about that period in history now.
Well, it was really cool because in history class we were learning about the Renaissance Fair right as we did the Renaissance Fair. And so we had learned about it right beforehand. And I thought it was interesting about Michelangelo painting the Sistine Chapel and all the artists of the period.
Yeah.
We had a booth where you could lie down on your back and paint underneath the table to try to act like Michelangelo painting on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. So there were a lot of things that we did that, we incorporated things that we learned in the Renaissance Fair.
How many people live with paint on their face? I mean, I can
Well,
imagine paint dripping, when you're doing that. So.
Well, we had a face painting booth as well. So.
Side by side.
Yeah, exactly.
Was this open to all the student body at the high school? So that's who actually came through and saw.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else we need to say about the Renaissance Fair, guys?
I think that's it.
It was a good program, and I hope we keep doing it in the coming years.
And you look forward next year to going to see them, the then ninth graders. Do it.
Exactly. That's what I tell them in the ninth grade. They spend that first year really working and doing everything for the Renaissance Fair, but then they have 3 years after that they can just come out and enjoy it and not have to do any work, just enjoy the fair.
All right, sounds interesting. My only complaint is you need to open it up to us so we can come up and see it.
We'll
Talk
about that. Yeah.
How about that?
We
Okay.
will. Thank you.
It's just another interesting way that there's things going on, as we've talked about before, at Winfield School. You're learning new ways of education or getting education. It's not all just open the book, study, and hear a lecture,
Exactly.
take a test, and go on. I mean,
Exactly.
and some of the things like this and some of the other topics that we've talked about and we'll talk about on the show here has to make it a lot more fun and more interesting and maybe easier for the students to learn and remember it.
That's our whole goal. Yes.
So that's amazing. But the Renaissance Fair. Appreciate you folks stopping by.
Thank you very much.
All right,
Thank you.
Abby Webster, Matt Randall, and Miss Tina Atkinson from Winfield School, and that's this week's edition of the Pirate Spotlight.